Hey everyone, Lewis aka Spider-Man 991 with another movie review. This Saturday, my friend Bryce and I saw A Quiet Place. The movie is about a family living in a post-alien invasion Earth and trying to survive the aliens that invaded, who possess super sensitive hearing. The aliens cannot see or hear, so the only way to survive is to not make a sound. This movie stars John Krasinski and Emily Blunt as the parents. Also, John Krasinski directed and co-wrote this movie. Krasinski and Blunt are a real-life couple, and it really helps their performance in this movie. And it's also evident that they do have kids together because the way that they sort of act in the movie, it definitely feels like they are genuine parents on film, which is great. Also, I give a big props to the sound department and the sound editing team for this movie, because the movie is very good at trying to restrict all the sounds you would hear, or just make sure, and also the actors, all the actors who are doing their best to make sure that they don't make any movements or actually speak anything, which was great. Usually the characters are able to talk with their voices if they have some larger sound covering over them, which is the case of either the waterfall or a soundproof room. Which brings me to the next thing, the inclusion of the nursery. Now, a big thing that everyone noticed in the trailers was that Emily Blunt's character was pregnant, and she does, I think the first trailer sort of ended with showing her giving birth, and that obviously that was just to create some suspense for the film. And in fact, there were some great details about how well this family thought of in order to protect the baby from making a sound or anything, because we see them sort of building the nursery in this underground soundproof bunker that they developed, and they've also pretty much taken precautions such as anesthesia or something to like keep the baby quiet with a little mask so that the baby can breathe and it can go down and it won't be making any noise during the night and stuff. And the way they prep the nursery might seem a little strange, but to me, it really sold how well these parents have thought about protecting their children and what they're willing to do in order to survive. When I first saw the trailer for this movie, I was mainly attracted to it because of the whole lack of sound. I wanted to see how they would handle it, and as I've already stated, they handled it beautifully. There were tons of like in-story reasons why these things happened, so it was very well balanced and it made for a fantastic movie. Now let's go into some things I didn't like. I guess this isn't really something I have a lot of criticism with, but I kind of expected in a lot of like suspense movies is there's always the third act, Deus Ex Machina, where they discover the alien's weakness was something that was sort of referenced earlier in the film, and we see this a lot. So I don't know what I was expecting. I kind of knew as we were going towards the end, oh wait, they're gonna find some sort of weakness that is pretty obvious. And honestly, the only thing that I'm really critical about isn't so much the movie itself, but how I had to go see the movie, because it's annoying when you have a movie called A Quiet Place where they've emphasized how much you don't have to make a sound, and you've got some annoying a-holes in the theater who won't shut the f up. So basically, and also I remember when the movie first came out and there were tons of reviews saying, do your best not to say anything, try to ignore eating crunchy snacks or something. And also at one point, the theater I went to, I could actually hear the movie next door, which was, I don't know, I wouldn't say it completely ruined the movie for me, but it did kind of take me out of the story, which I am not a fan of. So honestly, if you want to see A Quiet Place while it's still in theaters, I say go on a weekday, like the middle of the weekday. Take a long lunch or something and just go see that movie when no one will be there. Nevertheless, A Quiet Place is a very fantastic movie. John Krasinski did an excellent job directing it. Also, he and Emily Blunt gave a very fantastic performance. However, like I said, it's really best to see this movie in a smaller crowd. And if you don't want to risk it, that's fine. Just wait until this comes out on home media. Thank you again for watching. Remember to stay subscribed and notified. Also, follow me on Twitter to stay up to date on all my videos. I always put a link to new videos on my Twitter feed, so make sure to follow me on that. Link's in the description below. Thanks again for watching. I'm Spider-Man 991 saying see you later.